Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn how to solve first degree equations with fractions. Before watching this video, if you have not watched the video titled Solving First Degree Equations with Integers, I strongly suggest you to watch that first because I'm not going to explain the method inverse operation completely in this video. In fact, by the end of this video, you will be able to solve examples like these. The method that we are going to use is named inverse operation. As I told you before in the previous video, it contains 4 main steps. The first step is simplifying both sides if it is needed, and if we have any mixed numbers, we have to convert them to fractions. Second step, we must allocate one side for variable and the one side for numbers. Third step is eliminating extra terms by using the method inverse operations. And the fourth and last step is make the coefficient of variable 1 by multiplying or dividing. I'm not going to explain them more because we are going to learn them through examples. And by the way, you do not have to memorize them. As long as you solve several examples, it's going to be kept and saved in your mind automatically. So you do not need to memorize them. First example that we have, 3 over 5 multiplied by x plus 1 over 3 is equal to 1 over 2. So what is the first step that we have? Simplifying both sides and convert mixed numbers to fraction. Do we have to do this step? No, as you can see, both sides of the fractions are in the simplest form and we do not have any mixed numbers. So we can skip this step. Let's go for the next step, one side for variable and one side for numbers. As you can see, each equation contains two sides. This is the left side of the equation and this is the right side of the equation. So I prefer to allocate this side for variables and this side for numbers. It's totally up to me. You can choose reverse. Okay, I did this part. Now, can you please tell me, is there any extra terms here in the left side? When I allocated left side for variables, it means I do not want to see any numbers here. Look, this term contains variable and is totally okay to be here. But this one is number, it should not be here. So it is extra term and I must remove it according to the step of 3. Look at the other side. No, in the other side we have only numbers and it's totally okay. Okay, so I must remove 1 over 3. How am I supposed to do that? By subtracting by minus 1 over 3. But there is a really important question. Am I allowed to subtract only one side? No, any operation that we do with one side, we must exactly do the same with the second side. So if I do that, these two are going to cancel each other out. And in the first side, I'm going to have 3 over 5 multiplied by x is equal to 1 over 2 minus 1 over 3. Okay, I must do this subtraction. For those of you who may have forgotten calculating common denominator, I'm going to calculate it once. Okay, I have 2 and 3. These are my denominators. I can use two methods, calculating LCM or actually writing multiples. I'm going to write multiples. It's really easy. 2 times 1 is going to be 2. 2 times 2 is going to be 4. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. And 8. 3 times 1 is going to be 3. 3 times 2 is going to be 6. 3 times 3 is going to be 9. 3 times 4 is going to be 12. Now, if I check them, I will realize that 6 is the smallest common between them. So the common denominator will be 6. I expect you to know that, how to calculate common denominator. But in the first one, I'm going to do that for you. So 2 is converted to 6. 1, so it means 2 is multiplied by 3. So 1 must be multiplied by 3 too. So 3 3 is converted to 6. It means 3 is multiplied by 2. So 1 is must be multiplied by 2. So minus 2. So I can have 3 over 5 x is equal to 1 over 6. Okay, I did the third step. What should I do for the last one? Make the coefficient of variable 1 by multiplying or dividing. Okay, do you know any number that if I multiply it to 3 over 5, the answer would be 1? Yes, yes, it is really easy. I must multiply this fraction to its reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 3 over 5? Of course, it is 5 over 3. And am I allowed to multiply only one side? No, I must do exactly the same with the second side. In the first side, these are going to cancel each other out. And I'm going to have x is equal to 5 times 1 is 5. And 3 times 6 is 18. And this is the only correct answer of this question. Let's solve the next example. Minus 1 over 5 multiplied by x minus 2.5 is equal to 1 over 4. So first I must simplify both sides. Do I need to simplify them? Yes. Why? Because I have a mixed number, and as I told you, I do not like mixed number. I must convert it to a fraction. How am I supposed to convert it to fraction? The whole number multiplied to fraction. The whole number multiplied to denominator plus numerator. So I'm going to have, I expect you to know that, of course, minus 1 over 5 x minus 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 over 2 is equal to 1 over 4. So I did this part. Next part, one side for variables and one side for numbers. Again, this side for variables and this side for numbers. It's totally up to you. Specifying extra term. Do I have any extra term? Yes, here 5 over 2 is extra term because in this side I want only variables. So how can I remove that? By adding 5 over 2 to the both sides. So these two are going to cancel each other out, and I'm going to have minus 1 over 5 x is equal to 1 over 4 plus 5 over 2. Again, I cannot add them together because they do not have, the denominators are not the same. So what should I do? I must calculate the common denominator, and I already calculate one of them in the previous example, so I'm not going to do the same. You can write multiples and calculate common denominator, but I'm going to tell you that the common denominator between them will be 4. And the first one, I should not do anything. Second one, it is multiplied by 2, so 5 must be multiplied by 2. And the answer is 11 over 4. So I'm going to have minus 1 over 5 x is equal to 11 over 4. So I must now, for the last step, I must make the coefficient of x1. How am I supposed to do that? Do you know any number that if I multiply to minus 1 over 5, the answer would be 1? Yes, it is really simple. I must multiply this fraction to its reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of minus 1 over 5? It is, of course, minus 5 over 1 or minus 5. But I must multiply both sides because I cannot do an operation only for one side. So these two are going to cancel each other out. Two negatives are multiplying to each other. So the answer will be positive Let me erase the board to make some space for myself. Okay, I'm going to write the rest at the top. These two cancel each other out. I'm going to have x in the left side, and 11 multiplied by minus 5 will be minus 55, and 4 times 1 will be 4. I can write it like this, or I can convert it to a mixed number. It's totally up to you, or what the question wants. Next question. Do I need to simplify both sides? Yes. Why? Because I have mixed numbers, as you can see. So let's do it to each other. As I told you, the whole number must be multiplied to fraction, it must be multiplied to denominator, and then must be added to numerator. So let's start with the first one, which contains variable. 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, 7, over 3, x, plus 3 times 5 will be 15. 15 plus 1 will be 16. So 16 over 5. And the last one, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So 7 over 3. One side for variables and one side for numbers. This side for variable, this side for numbers. Do I have any extra term? Yes. In the variable side, I have this number, so I must remove that. How? By subtracting by minus 16 over 5. So if I add these two equations, I'm going to have 7 over 3 x. These two are going to cancel each other out, is equal to 7 over 3 minus 16 over 5. Again, I'm not going to calculate common denominator here, but I expect you to know it's really simple. If you write multiples, you will realize that common denominator between them will be 15. So 3 is multiplied by 5, so 7 must be multiplied by 5. It's going to be 35. And 5 is multiplied by 3, so 16 must be multiplied by 3, and it's going to be 48. Let me erase the board to make some space for myself. Okay, so consequently, we are going to have 7 over 3 x is equal to, I'm going to write the continue at the top. 35 minus 48 will be minus 13 over 15. Okay? Do you know any number that if it is multiplied to 7 over 3, the answer would be 1? Yes, of course, I must multiply it to its reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of 7 over 3? It is 3 over 7, and I must multiply to both sides. So 3 over 7, these two are going to cancel each other out. These two are going to cancel each other out. I can make it simple. Look, 3, if I divide 3 by 3 is going to be 1. 15 divided by 3 is going to be 5. One denominator and one numerator. So x will be minus 13 divided by 35. And this is the final correct answer. Okay, let's go for the next example. Look at this example. Do I need to simplify that? Yes, I need to simplify. And by the way, in addition to having mixed number, I have parentheses. So I must convert mixed number to fractions. And in addition to that, I must take care of parentheses. I must get rid of this parentheses. Okay, minus 1 over 2, there is no operation symbol, which means multiplication. X minus 2, minus 1 over 2 must be multiplied to x or minus 2 or both of them, because we have parentheses. Okay, let's simplify with each other. For the first one, we convert it to fraction. As I told you, 3 must be multiplied to 3 plus 1. So the answer is gonna be 10 over 3 multiplied by x. Now multiply this fraction to this parenthesis. Minus 1 over 2 x minus 1 over 2 multiplied by minus 2, it will be positive 1 is equal to 1 over 5 x plus 2. Okay, can I simplify each side more? Of course, why? Because in this side I have two terms that contains x. So let's add them together. We need common denominator. And as you probably know, the common denominator between 3 and 2 will be 6. And we have x, of course, here, because x is common between them. So 3 is multiplied by 2. So 10 times 2 will be 20. And we have negative sign here. So minus 20. 3 is multiplied by, the 2 is multiplied by 3. So 1 must be multiplied by 3 too. It's going to be minus 3. And at the end, I have 1 and 1 over 5 x plus 2. So at the end, I'm going to have minus 23 over 6 times x plus 1 is equal to 1 over 5 x plus 2. So I simplified both sides. One side for variables. Again, I allocate this side for variables and this side for numbers. Can you tell me extra terms? Yes, in the variable side, I do not want 1. And in the number part, I do not want 1 over 5 times x. So what should I do? First, I must subtract it from this side and consequently from the other side. And also this term from both sides. Minus 1 over 5 x, and here minus 1 over 5 x. Sorry, I have to raise the board to make some space for myself. Okay, if I add these two equations, these two terms are going to cancel each other out, and these two terms are going to cancel each other out, and I'm going to have minus 23 over 6x minus 1 over 5 x is equal to 2 minus 1 will be 1. Okay, I do not need this part. Let me erase that again. Okay, again, I must add these two fractions and I must calculate common denominator. If you write multiples, you will realize that common denominator between them will be 13. So 23, negative 23 must be multiplied by 5 and the answer will be minus 115. This one must be multiplied. This one is multiplied by 6, so minus 1 is must be multiplied by 6. Of course, x will be 1. So I'm going to have minus 121 over 30 times x is equal to 1. Do you know any number? Yes, it's reciprocal. So what is the reciprocal of this fraction? It's going to be minus 3 over 121. These terms are going, oh, of course, I must multiply to the other side. 121. These terms are going to cancel each other out. So the answer will be x is equal to minus 30 over 121. And this is the only correct answer of this question. Here you can find more examples, and I strongly suggest you to solve them at home. If you have any question or if you wanted to share your answer, you can write it in the comment box. I will try to answer your comments as soon as it was possible for me. Thank you for watching this video.